This playthrough is rated M for mature.
August 10th, Tuesday. I wake up feeling much better. Sleeping past noon probably helped. Well, after what happened to your friends, it's, it helps to finally get some sleep. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Spirit Hunter NG. In the last episode, we finished Chapter 3 as Amaname and Hazuki has been separated from the player, at least for now. Hazuki in a coma and Amaname out for a while. But without them, who will be our new companions and what new ghosts will we run across? Well, let's find out. Guess anger and sadness faded with time. The shock and disbelief are still there, though. Those have definitely not disappeared. I keep flashing back to the scene of death I'd seen, and my sight grows dim. Nothing happens today, and soon night falls. I still haven't heard the sound of Kakiya's flute. That should work. I take a breather after hiding Amaname's modified gun in the back of my closet. I'm just inviting problems if I carry it around. Only he can use it anyway. Besides, weapons aren't my thing. Unless you count fists as your weapons. It's a number I don't recognize. Hello, Moshi Moshi. It's now Neo Masaban. Or is it now Masaban? Anyway, that Amaname boy told me to contact you from now on. Come to Shinzu Station right now. Same place as last time is fine, alright? Yeah, I was like, I'm busy. No, what do you want? Oh, I don't want to, or what was the answer? But anyway, he hangs up without answering. How did I manage to surround myself with all these self-centered guys? It'd be faster to get to Shinzu Station if I take my bike like last time. The ride might improve my mood too. Climbing on my bike, I head towards the station. Game of Death. Bond and Rose. Or Bond/Rose, whatever. Maybe because it's late, but there aren't many people around the walkway. Looking around, I spot Ben smoking and staring at the night sky beyond the handrail. Blocking part of his sky view is Moon Tower. You finally made it. I was getting tired of waiting. What happened with Kubitaro and Kintoki? Did you break your curse? Yeah, we defeated Kubitaro, and as you can see, I managed to survive. But sounds like a lot went down. You promised to tell me anything you know. Don't forget, I'll hear you out, so tell me. I explained to Bond what happened 2 days ago, but I don't tell him about Maruhashi. Ben quietly listens as I talk. Every once in a while, he jots down a note. I see. I'm impressed, honestly. The Urashima woman and Kubitaro, an amateur like you, took down 2 spirits. You might be more remarkable than I first thought. Ben appears to be appraising me. Makes my skin crawl. Your turn, old man. You said you'd investigate Kakiya. Find out anything? Oh yeah, that's right. I asked an acquaintance who's familiar with Ghost about it. About Kakiya's game. Kakiya's game? A doll-like girl calling herself Kakiya appears and sucks people into a peculiar game. With no other details, people resorted to calling it Kakiya's game. The game is what you've gotten yourself mixed up in right now. So you're saying there were other people who got mixed up in this game, not just me? Yeah. For whatever reason, Kakiya appears every 10 years, and every time the body count of missing and dead is high, even restricted is only confirmed. Do the victims have anything in common? Age and gender don't seem to matter. However, it seems everyone receives a black postcard right before becoming involved. Exclamation point, question mark. That postcard that was outside my apartment. Le Baumet's Pouble. So that was mine and Ami's invitation. From the look on your face, you know something. Yeah. Has anyone survived playing Kakiya's game? ... Nah, no one. Kakiya keeps playing until her opponent loses. There's no way to survive it. The loser's fate is always tragic. Missing, vegetative coma, instant insanity, death. No one returns to normal life completely okay. So blunt. No point in showing consideration to guys. What do you want me to... What, you want me to be gentle with you? No! Don't get so angry. I'm not keen on babysitting either. Oh, almost forgot. You free in the evening 2 nights from now, Kojima? My acquaintance is stopping by your mom's bar that night. Got it? Good. Hey, just hold up. Why the hell do I need to meet with this person you know? Don't look so displeased. It's a young woman, and her face isn't bad. Her personality, on the other hand... She knows a lot about ghost-related things. She's the one who told me about Kakuya's game. I'm sure you'll hear some interesting things from her. Sounds like she'll be a better source of info than you. Fine, I'll make sure I have time. Never short on a comeback, I see. By the way, Kojima, got any money on you? A little, I guess. Sorry, but could you lend me some? I know the UG match paid you pretty well. Let's see, 10,000 yen will do. I'm good on paying you back next time. Extorting money from a high schooler your age? Isn't 10,000 yen like almost $1,000 or something? Forget it, old man. No way I'm giving you money for no reason. I see. Guess I'll just give you one then. Information and referral fee, 10,000 yen. I think that's pretty reasonable, though. I'm willing to drop it to 5,000. That's a steal. Man. I just want to get rid of him at this point, so I give him his 5,000 yen. Or no, actually, I think 10,000 yen is $100. I have to double check my conversions again. He's going to be helping me from here on out, so I'd say that's not that bad of a deal considering. Yeah, thanks. Good luck when you meet her. Waving his hand, Bond walks down the street and directly into a pachinko parlor open late. What a bum. I climb on my back and drive full throttle down the expressway. The road empties at midnight. I'll never get the obsession with people who have pachinko machines. I tried playing pachinko. I was just like, okay. Yeah. At home, I devour the hamburger meal I bought on my way back. This has become my staple diet. I can't find the desired energy to cook for myself while all this is going on. When I'm full, I decide to go to bed. Yeah, let's see what the calendar says, I think. August 10th. When's school starting again? Should be soon, right? It's medical science of the fighting body. This always comes in handy. I got nothing there. Open the curtain. Nothing's there. Boom. Scary. Scary jump scare. I gotcha. Okay, well, anyway. Yep, go to bed. Collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. That journalist guy, Bond, suddenly comes to mind. He's got an uncanny knack for getting info on spirits. But man, he's definitely shady. ... Yeah, I'll go and save it. Save it on this file. August 12th, Thursday. Two days have passed since the night I met with Bond. Tonight I'm supposed to meet with the ghost expert lady. I decided to get to the Black Rabbit ahead of schedule. I duck into the underpass. A chilly breeze is blowing. I feel tension in the air again. A familiar melody echoes down the alley. There's the witch again. Good evening, mister. Suddenly Kakuya appears before me. The air freezes with suspense. I struggle for breath. You're amazing, mister. You beat Kubitaro of Kentucky. I didn't beat anything. Because of you, Murahashi is in that lightning strike? Was that because of you too? That was so fun. Didn't get your heart pumping? Hazuki's coma. Don't tell me that you... Yep, it's boring if no one disappears. Don't you think it's more fun like that? Damn it!
Are you annoyed you want to quit? But mister, you have to play with Kakuya. We'll play forever and ever.
I'll play with you forever and ever and squeeze you tight. Oh wait, that's different. I'm stuck, completely helpless. I realize I'm biting my lip. The foul taste of iron spreads through my mouth.
I thought in the next game already. It's the Screaming Atha game. If you don't play, you'll disappear too. And Ami will never come back.
Ami.
Kaguya, tell me, what's in G?
Hey Kaguya, what's in G? I heard Ami mention it in my vision. ... She buggered off again. A wind blows and Kaguya suddenly vanishes. Where the hell did she go? I carefully look around my surroundings, checking the shadows around the pillars and shutters, but Kaguya is nowhere to be found. Exclamation point, question mark. Ah, jump scare.
NG, me and Daddy's secret. If you learn the secret, I'll have no choice but to.
But to what? Oh, right. Kill you. There you go. I mean, that's pretty much the intent anyway. She was going to do that no matter what. Kakuya vanishes again. I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart. That burning hatred she was aiming at me. She's never had to like that before. ... NG. That might be the key to figuring out what Kakuya's deal is. Spirit file Screaming Author has been updated. 812 Screaming Author rumor notes. Got info at a band. Kakuya's game. No one's ever survived it. Screaming Author is the next spirit. If I defeat this one, the next game will still start. Keyword is NG and Ami mention it. Is this a chance to get the jump on Kakuya somehow? Maybe. When I get to the Black Rabbit, the lights are already on. Is Aunt Itsumi inside? You're late. I've got tired of waiting. A woman is sitting at the bar, nursing a drink. Slowly, she stands up. I've never seen her before. There's no sign of Aunt Natsumi. This lady must have snuck in somehow, but she can't be.
I was bored out of my mind, so I helped myself to a drink. Relax, relax, I'll pay for it. I might not kowtow to society's norms, but I draw the line at stealing top-shelf alcohol.
Then you should drop by the bar more often. This place is pretty much dead. I'm sure Aunt Natsumi would love a regular customer.
Huh, I figured you'd be way more shocked. You've got some backbone and a cool head on your shoulders. You deserve a prize. Bond said you had nerves to steal. Seems like he had your type nailed down.
If you know Bond, then that means you're some kind of ghost expert lady.
The plebeian has no talent for delivering a proper introduction, does he? C'est la vie. I suppose I should do the honors myself then.
And I realize I gave the French voice to a different character, and you know I should give it to her because she's clearly French. But shh, I'm making her Irish.
I'm Rose Mulan. You can call me Rose.
Rose Mulan? What kind of name is that?
Not my real name, obviously. It's just my stage name. Though I may not look the part because I do not use a silk hat or baton. I'm a magician.
Why does a magician know so much about ghosts? Isn't that more up a monk or fortune teller's alley? You know, spiritual people?
Let's just say my personal circumstances did not dictate my position. More precisely, a lady who was a supernatural savant chose to become a magician on the side.
So you're just interested in the supernatural, like a certain famous occult idol?
No, I wouldn't say that. My interest is a little more serious. And if we get to know each other better, maybe I'll even tell you all about it.
Rose narrows her eyes and smiles at me ominously. Suddenly a sickly sweet scent hits my nose.
Oh dear, are you put off by my rose perfume?
I'm not a fan of perfume myself, so yeah, I hate it.
My, that's quite the face you're making. You must not have much experience with women.
He's a teenager, though, dude.
Now then, shall we get down to business?
To defeat the Huns? No, that's a different series.
Bond told me about what you've been through. I'm sure you have plenty of questions. I'll answer your queries as best I can. So what would you like to know about?
I mean, everything, really, but so. Spirits.
Spirits are a manifestation of the souls of the departed who bear strong grudges. To banish a spirit from this world, you must learn of its past. Yeah, I picked up on that part already. Are there any other tricks that can help? Like using talismans or scattering salts? Well, child, you read far too many comics. If I had one piece of advice to give, I'd say the most important thing would be to try and empathize with the spirit. You may seem like a monster now, but it was once human. Like most humans with a grudge, they're typically lonely and just desperate to be understood. I don't get it. Simply put, there's no easy way to do it. Is there anything else you want to ask? Well, Kaguya. Bon told me about Kaguya's game. The Kaguya doll forces humans she likes to play games with her. So it's not just me. Other people have been dragged into this? Did they all have to do the same stuff I'm doing? No, apparently the type of game is dependent on the target. It could be a game of marbles, crat's cradle, or even hide and seek. Man, that sounds like a cakewalk. Yes, I guess a kid like you would say that you're playing on nightmare mode. She must really like you. Difficult settings aside, the only thing that awaits in the end is despair. Because Kaguya keeps playing until her opponent loses. Is there anything else you want to ask? Ninji. Ninji, what's that? I'm afraid I can't help you with that. Apparently it's a big deal to Kaguya. Is it now? I regret that I can't give you the answer you want, but I haven't the faintest idea. Sorry. Sorry I'm late, Kojima. Good work playing Q&A, Rose. I know it's supposed to be technically Rose because of the umlaut, or the umlaut on her ear. Well, not umlaut. Whatever that indicator on the E is, but I'm just going to say Rose. Drat, yeah, she showed up. All in time with a cute boy was a much more appealing proposition. I was just thinking about giving him an intensive private lecture too. I need an adult? I am an adult. What a pity. By the way, Kojima, thanks for last night. I found a slot with a nice little bonus game and fed it the money you gave me. Get my first jackpot in a long time. It was great. I mean, I lost all the next day, but hey, gambling's all about the thrill, right? Man, are you telling me that you extorted money from a high schooler to feed your gambling addiction? Well, you're still in... Nah, never mind. Whoa there, extortion, me? I did nothing of the sort. Quit assassinating my character. I just collected my fee for the work I did. I only charged him half price because he's a kid. That's pretty much charity coming from me. Someone should have told you about this earlier. But a truly charitable adult would have never broached the subject of money to a kid. By the way, you better not have squandered the funds I give you for the investigation tool. Have you discovered anything at all about Yakuma Moroku? Rome wasn't built in a day. I literally just started looking into it yesterday. I'm still in the pre-information gathering phase. I've just canvassing the neighborhood so far. But I heard some wild rumors I bet you'll like. People have been hearing screaming coming from the children's author's Yakumo Moroku's mansion. Screaming from the house of a children's author? It can't be. Kojima, what's that look for? Hey, old man, could you tell me more about that rumor? No sweat, kiddo. It's part of my report to Rose anyway. There are odd rumors about the Moroku residence. They say that... Rumors of the screaming author. Hey, have you heard about the Moroku residence? You know that old mansion where Yakumo Moroku, the children's author, lives all alone? People have been hearing some weird screaming coming from that place lately. Not just once or twice, but every night. So Missy Y from the neighborhood went to complain. But that mansion doesn't have an intercom. So she had to go right up and knock on the door. She pounded on the door and nobody came out. The screaming didn't stop, so she kept coming back day after day, still no response. But she was sure someone was inside, so she finally got fed up. And threw something through the window to get the person inside to notice. Then suddenly, a light in the second floor window came on. And then she heard a faint voice. Please don't look inside. The voice kept pleading with her softly over and over again. Please don't look inside. 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 Miss Y heard a scream, and after that,
They said she was tormented by constant screaming inside her head. She had a nervous breakdown and committed suicide. In Minecraft. No, I'm just kidding. That's what the rumors say. It certainly sounds supernatural enough.
The being taboo, a common canard in these supernatural stories. Someone pokes their nose in somewhere it doesn't belong and gets punished for it. The Crane's wife and Pandora's box are famous examples.
Is the screamer that screaming author that Kaguya was talking about? Without realizing it, I speak Kaguya's name out loud. Obviously, Bon and Rose aren't going to just let that go.
Kojima, you met Kaguya?
Yeah, a little while ago.
Hey, why didn't you tell me? I thought I told you to tell me everything. Don't go frothing at the mouth about pursuing spirits is deadly work. He was probably just worried about us. But you needn't bother, Kojima. Bon and myself had decided to hunt spirits of our own volition. We accept the consequences. So there's no need to hold anything back for our sakes. Tell us everything.
I guess there's no dodging it. I told them about the screaming author that Kaguya told me about.
I see. How fascinating. To think the screaming author could be hiding within the Moroku residence.
You sound like you're enjoying this. Why are you looking into the Moroku residence?
That's only for grown-ups to know. Once I figured out how trustworthy you are, maybe I'll fill you in.
This lady's a walking bundle of secrets. She hasn't even told me why she was investigating Moroku.
You may be an adult, but you're not trustworthy. I much prefer younger men, not ones facing down a midlife crisis. So did you uncover any other notable clues?
I told you this is still in the early goings. Info doesn't really reveal itself that easily. I wanted to talk directly to Moroku, but the house has been empty for a long time. Probably off gathering materials for a new book.
Empty, you say? It might be that Moroku's already dead.
Dead?
As I told you earlier, the spirits are born from the grudges of the dead. If we assume that Moroku had died and become a spirit, all the pieces fall into place now. You're looking for the screaming author after all.
Hey, don't jump to conclusions. I've confirmed Moroku hasn't been reported dead.
It wouldn't be uncommon for someone who lived alone to die without being noticed. We'll just have to go and see for ourselves.
Hey, you can't just decide stuff like that. What are you even gonna do there?
Investigate, obviously. I'll leave my methods up to your imagination. A lady shouldn't ever have to stain your lips with such words.
What? You gonna break in or something?
Well, more or less. Whether he's dead or merely absent, it's the perfect opportunity to sneak inside. This is shaping out to be an amusing night.
You call this an amusing, lady?
Hey now, what's with that face? Do you understand the position you're in?
Do you understand my position? My position is in...
If you encountered Kaguya, then the clock in your death is already ticking down. You have no time to be taking it easy. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say.
They also say fools rush in where angels fear to tread. We leave the Black Rabbit and head to the station. It's getting pretty late. Most stores are closed.
Nighttime is the greatest time of any day. I hate sunlight, and the summer sun is particularly harsh.
So you're scared of UV rays. You could try wearing something else. Come on, let's get to the Moroku place already. Hey, hold up. I don't know where the Moroku residence is. Oh, that's right. It's on the outskirts of Kasuji Temple. It's a bit of a hike from here. There's a station by the mansion, so I was just taking a train. Bon gives me the address of the Moroku residence. It's in the same ward, so I can pretty much imagine where it is just based off the address. We should meet up there later. We'll stand out if we show up there in a group.
I have no objections with that plan. We're just a young man. I'd feel otherwise, but I'll decline this role with an old lich. It's an easier way to ruin a perfectly beautiful night.
It's my line. Hard pass on walking around town with a woman trying that hard to turn heads. Meet at the front door in 30 minutes, okay? Bon and Rose get their separate ways as they head to the ticket gate. And I better hustle too. Spirit Fall, Screaming Author updated. 812, Screaming Author number 2. Met with a woman named Rose, suspicious magician, fairy tale author Yakumo Moroku lived by himself, heard freakish screams, goes to complain, person pretending to not be there, through object at window, second floor, don't peek inside, multiple times, breathes, screams, inside head, nervous breakdown, suicide. The address I'm going to is a train stop away. Luckily, I arrived before the last train. I reached the station without any issues. The classy residential area is full of cookie-cutter homes, and I quickly lose my way. I'll walk around aimlessly for a while until I arrive at the building I was looking for. Oh, you're here. Rose and Bond are already waiting at the residence. You're late. What the hell were you doing? We only got a limited amount of time to search. Waste any more time and today will be useless. Limited? Why? This area has had a high rate of unusual incidents, but that only happens sporadically. Because of that history, the police have this area under priority patrol. Seriously? That's a pain for us. Yeah, but we did some legwork and we have a rough idea of their patrol schedule. We're trying to limit our presence to when there's a gap in their patrols. So we need to get in, investigate as much as possible, and then split. That's the plan. We'll be trespassing, but it's the price we have to pay to get that information. And since you took so long to get here, we've got even less time than we were hoping for. 2 or 3 hours should be sufficient to do some breaking and entering. Oh, sorry. 2 or 3 hours should be enough time to break and enter. We're investigating. Rose continues, paying no attention to all the Bond's objectives. The residents don't appear to be terribly large, so we shouldn't need to rush things. Well, unless we encounter an irregularity. Irregularity? Unexpected circumstance. For example, if we find unexpected security in an underground vault, those sort of things, the types of things that might crop up during a break-in. I see. We're not breaking in. Are you so hung up on the terminology? The action is the same, isn't it? Now, what should we do? We're investigating this mansion. We already settled on this. Yes, I mean, where should we start first? Kojima, you're the one tangled up in Kakuya's game. You should decide. I keep going to the French voice because of the obviousness. Alright. Alright, and at this point you should get the trophy for Screaming Author Rumor unlocked. So, okay. Let's examine everything. This looks like it hasn't been cared for in a long time. There's weeds and dead leaves all over. Weeds have run wild over this entire area. This garden hasn't been touched in a while. I use my foot to poke around the overgrowth. My foot bumps into something solid. I tease the object in the open and see that it's a decayed wooden door plate. Obtained decayed wooden door plate. It's dirty, but seems to have read Moroku. There's a strange looking window here. You know, this house is kind of odd looking. Looking closer, the building's funky style wasn't even just a Japanese and Western mixed design. Feels like an alpine lodge, but built with traditional Japanese style. This must have been a custom job. You don't usually see two-story houses with a roof. That window probably is where the attic is. If so, then that's a pretty big attic. If the room under the roof is that big, it looks like it's bigger than 2 normal-sized rooms. Is that the window that was mentioned in the rumor? If you throw something, the lights in the second floor window will turn on. I guess you wouldn't need to throw something at the first floor window, so that must be it. Okay. Rusted mailbox. I take a look inside the mailbox, but there isn't anything inside. It's a pretty sturdy sliding door. There's a layer of dust covering the door rail, so I know it hasn't been moved for a while. According to the rumors, they said something like, nobody comes out even if you knock, right? I'm sure knocking shouldn't be a problem. I give the door a kind of firm knock. I wait for some kind of response. ... Well, there's no response. We were just as well informed. Or just as we were informed. Judging by the state this place is in, Moroku hasn't shown up. Sorry, that went by really fast. It must be my left button on my mouse sticking. I pull at the door just in case. As anticipated, it doesn't open. Looks like it's locked. Oh well, just want to kick it in. Whoa, you're already thinking about breaking in? Oh, you're too reckless, kid. Damn. I must hit the auto button by accident.
Huh, what a bold child. Must confess, I do prefer the direct approach sometimes. But we can't be too hasty, Kojima. Let's look around a bit longer. After all, there's another part to the rumor as well.
The rumor? The one about the neighbor throwing something at the window at the mansion?
Yeah, that's right. Personally, I'd very much like to put it to the test.
You're right. Okay. Okay. Alright, we want to use a decayed door plate on that. A door plate that has decayed and fallen off. Though the paint is worn, it's still easy to read the name Moroku. Something's eating out a number of small holes in the wood. Check out the decayed foreplate. Even if this hits the window dead on, it probably wouldn't break. Are you actually gonna throw it? Yeah, just like the rumor said. If there's something crazy going on, I want to know more about it.
That's pretty courageous of you. You'll need that courage if you intend to survive the confrontation with spirits.
Whatever, just try not to throw it too hard. I know. I don't want to attract attention, so I don't want to break the window. I take aim and toss the plate, aiming it at the wooden frame of the window. My throw hits the spot. It makes a dry thud as it strikes the wood. Use decayed door plate. Nice throw. You got some nice shoulders. That's very specific.
The most anticipated draft player this season?
Sorry, I don't really know baseball. I don't mind the jokes to break the tension.
It feels like the air just changed. Please don't look inside.
Did you hear something just now? We look in the direction of the voice and see the light in the windows come on. In the light, we can see what looks like the silhouette of a crane.
Please don't look inside.
Once again, we hear a faint, weak voice. Don't look! As if we wouldn't look. We're not gonna just back now, are we? Hey, Kojima, there's definitely something in this mansion. And that means that all rules are off. So we're breaking in. Exactly.
Come down there, boys. We can't cause too much of a commotion or we'll draw attention to the police.
You got a plan then, Rose?
Open the lock for us.
It's not like opening a can, you know. You really think you can get open that easily?
This lock may as well not existed. You shouldn't always have more locks than the front door, but nobody ever bothers. Oh, that's right. You shouldn't share this device with the owner of the Black Rabbit as well. The lock there is just as pitiful.
That explains it. Now I know how Rose got into the Black Rabbit before it had opened. You're a real piece of work. Did you just sleep through morals classes?
I regret that I did not get to experience things at school during my childhood.
Rose took some tools out and quickly got to work. It kind of reminds me of when Amaname picked the lock at the Yamato Shrine, but Rose's skills were far beyond ours. You seem pretty skilled at this. Makes me wonder if you've been doing this kind of thing in the past.
My goodness, how rude.
Rose shoots back a response as she uses her thin tool to probe the lock.
Any talented magician would obviously have a bit of a dexterity.
That's true, but I've heard of magicians using escape magic, but not for breaking into places.
Huh. Are you curious about my skills? I'm afraid that I must ask you to refrain from inquiries that would violate my privacy. Voila, it's open.
You already done? You're pretty amazing.
I must say that it feels quite nice to get some awe and admiration from the young. Would you like to be my disciple?
What is that supposed to mean? I wasn't really planning to become a magician or a burglar.
I wouldn't mind training you for either, but I was referred to as a spiritual specialist. You seem to have the affinity for it, disciple.
Hold on, I never agreed to be your disciple.
Master's choice of disciples, your opinion doesn't matter. I was asking out of curiosity.
That's terrible. Hey, let's get the chit-chat. We don't have a lot of time. If it's open, then let's get inside. We can't let anyone else see us like this. We don't have an excuse for being here.
Yeah, I know.
I forcibly pulled the door open, but I thought I felt a cool breeze from inside. Swallowing my saliva, I stepped into the mansion. Wow, what a mansion! The Moroku residence looked like an old Japanese-style house and smelled of damp, moldy air. Seems like this place hasn't been aired out for really long.
Wait a moment, Kojima. I sense someone watching us. Be careful.
Watching?
Please don't look inside.
Ugh! Suddenly a loud, high-pitched, piercing sound rips through my ears. I instantly cover my ears, but the sound above easily pierces through and stabs into my brain. Ah! Exclamation point, question mark. Bond and Rose collapse behind me. Shit, are you kidding me? At this rate, I'll die. I fall powerless against the storm of sound assaulting my mind. My consciousness is starting to fade. Screaming voice suddenly stops. What was that? Bloody hell, my head is still pounding. I guess that must be the screaming voice people are talking about. If it went on any longer, my brain would have melted. I barely survived that.
Well, we don't know if that's true yet. Remember in the rumor, Miss Wyatt heard the scream apparently committed suicide?
Things are starting to get real.
Kojima, don't say you want to run away now, alright?
As if. You're the ones who's looking pale.
Well, you've got the wits to sass me like that. You're still in ship shape. Well, if it's planning to take us down, then I suppose we don't need to hold back either. Let's start investigating. This place doesn't seem to be that big, so let's investigate whatever we see.
Yeah, but before we get to that, we'll need someone to be on the lookout. We don't want to be getting surprised by a patrolman.
Right. Sounds bad. If something looks bad, call me on my cell phone immediately. Understood. Alright, Kojima, choose who will investigate with you. Alright, so in this case, we'll go ahead and go with Rose. No problem. Well, Ben, you're on lookout duty.
Fine by me. I'll see you later then. Rose, don't you go off doing anything on your own.
Bond leaves and heads outside. Alright, let's get going. Alright, let's take a look at this place. Yeah, Bond and Rose are going to be the next companions for this chapter and the next one. Well, depending on your choices, of course. It's a sturdy shoe cabinet. I opened it, but I couldn't find a single shoe inside. Instead, I find something black and cylindrical on the corner. Obtained bamboo charcoal. I just want to find charcoal. Seems like Moroku is quite the hobbyist. I look through the bottom section as well and find a cannon on the back. It's apparently a spray can. Looks like a spray can. Seeing that it's an odd shape like this, I assume it's not just art supplies. Obtained spray can. Or spray paint can, whatever. I open the door to the living room and step inside. Now let me go. Wasn't finished checking this place. There's a cedar plate hanging from the mud wall. Inspecting further, I see there's a single nail hammered into the upper middle of the board. Looks like this nail is for hanging things. What do you think this is? It's obviously a frame. Those flat frames are made to enhance objects that are three-dimensional. So this is a frame for some kind of painting? Not necessarily a painting. It could be used to display anything. Just hang it on the nail there and you're done. Anything could become an art piece. And that's it? Feels kind of lazy to me. Well, as Duchamp's fountain showed, there's too much of a discretion. In any case, it is a bore to make something decorative. Yeah, well, alright. Okay. Now we want to, let's see. Let me see if anything else says that. Okay. See if there's anything extra there, so. Alright, let's go into the living room now. Ah, jump scare. No. It's a normal looking ordinary sofa. Checking around the sofa near the bottom. Obtain the hand warmer. I find an unopened hand warmer. I can use this. An old pendulum clock.
The pendulum swings without stopping. Well, that makes it useless then, now doesn't it? Another jump scare. Ah! Did it get you, viewers? I tried pulling on the door, but it won't open. Seems to be locked. You think you can do this one? I turn around and ask Rose. Piece of cake. Sandbach. Piece of cake. Rose whips out some thin tools from her pocket and she opens the lock in just about 10 seconds. Sorry for the wait. Open sesame. It's like a magic trick. I'm happy that I'm the one entertaining you. I open the door. Obtain sailor uniform and cute socks. These look like children's clothes. Did Miura have a family? Bond didn't mention anything like that about that. Alright. I think we're done, so we can just head on to the next section. Alright, head into the bedroom here. So, let's see. There's an odd bulge in the curtain. Check curtain. I pulled the curtain back to see what's causing it. Jump scare? Huh, nothing's here. No sign of anything that caused the curtain to bulge. Even things out the window look normal. So it's just wrinkled or something? Maybe. That's one sturdy bed. I wonder what caused these stains. Now that I'm looking, there's much more spots than I expected. Ew. Just like most hotels. There's a Western style pillow on the bed. Digging under the pillow, I immediately feel something. Obtained Okina mask. A Noah mask? Or no mask? What's this doing here? It's a boombox. Looks pretty old too. Like a pretty old one, I mean. There's a drawer on the table that the boombox is sitting on top of. Oh. Yeah, we'll hold off on that for a second, so. Well, actually, no. Never mind. We'll examine the boombox. Why not? Looks like there's a cassette tape inside. I eject the tape and take a look. There's just a single letter written on the label. T. For time to leave. What a creepy tape. Would you mind playing it? I'm curious about what's recorded on it. Sure. I place the cassette back into the slot and hit the play button. Huh? Seems like no matter how many times I press it, it's not going to play anything. Maybe... I flip the boombox over and check the battery compartment. It's empty. It doesn't have any batteries. Of course it doesn't work. Well, nuts. Now let's search it again. Okay, we want to open the drawer this time. I open the drawer. Inside there are 6 of incense neatly put away. Obtained incense. In the corner I can see a square metal box sitting there. What's this? Ah, the battery. A battery. Would it fit? Or work on that? Oh, it's been quite a while since I've seen one of those. You know what it is? A battery. A pretty old type, that is. At that. Sorry. ... What's wrong? Just curious. How old are you? I'll leave it to your imagination. Yeah, you don't ask a woman their actual age. It's a high-class Western-style bed. I take a look around the bed. I find something that looks like a mass of hair under the bed. Obtained clump of stiff hair. Or stiff hair, sorry. What is this? Oh, I think this might be horsehair. It's commonly used for someone that, like the bowstrings for a violin. How can you tell? I learned how to play a number of instruments in the past. Perhaps I may not look the part, but I was born as a pretty wealthy family. I have a good foundation of knowledge concerning most high culture, including music. Well, why don't you take it with you? It might be useful later on. Yeah. Alright, thanks for giving me that stuff, I guess. So, let's see. I think there's... almost forgot about that one. A colorful flyer on the floor stands out from the eerie bedroom. Out of curiosity, I pick it up. I quickly read the flyer. Kosuji Ballet School Recital. March 3rd, 1999. Kosuji Center Hall. Starts 1300 hours. Door closed at 13:30. There's a girl dressed in white in a ballet pose between their legs raised high. This looks like a flyer for a children's ballet recital. Huh, children's ballet, you say? The atmosphere of this place is more suited towards Japanese buto. I take a closer look at the flyer. First act, collection of pieces, ballet, and others. Second act, La Duquesne. Or La Duquesne, or whatever. The second act will feature girls who are too young to wear pointy shoes. Pointy yet. Please enjoy their energy and spirit as they perform adorned in adorable colors. What's this stuff written for the second act? Why is it in Latin? Or is it in Latin? Je suis désolé. Désolé, but that's actually French. Lac de Caen is Duck Lake. Judging from the name, it must be adapted from Swan Lake. That'd probably make the little ingenious genes be ducks instead of swans and dance about. Seems like a show designed to showcase our energy as opposed to grace. Ducks sound a lot less impressive than swans. Oh, you think so? That stubborn body, those adorable orange beaks and feet, the way they shoot through the water. Ducks are far cuter than swans. If I were to receive a gift, I prefer ducks over swans. No one's going to buy either of you either of those. I take the flyer just in case. Attain the ballet flyer. Alright, let's see. Okay. Okay, what's on the boombox? Since we found that battery, let's use the... got all these items now. Ballet flyer. A colorful brochure advertising a kids' ballet recital and a performance of Luc Duquesne, a take on Swan Lake. It features young kids whose feet will be painted yellow. Clumps of stiff hair. Seems like it's a bundle of horsehair, commonly used as beards for masks of old men or for string musical instruments. Battery. An old square laminated battery. There's the name of an old manufacturer written in an old font. It's uncertain, but it is still usable. Incense. A bundle of pleasant-smelling incense sticks. The presentation on them looks pricey. They seem like they would still burn pretty well, as they're quite dry. Okina mask. A wooden no mask found under the pillow on the bed. Looks like an old man's face, but part has been worn off. There's a fairly large dent in the back of the mask. Cute socks. A pair of cute kid socks with a pattern of a little bird's wings. They're made of thin material that seemed like it'd run easily. Sailor uniform. An adorable unisex kid's sailor uniform, complete with a unique collar. It goes well with both pants and shirt. Let's see. Hand warmer. A disposable pocket hand warmer. The wrapper is covered in dust, but it hasn't been opened, so it may still be usable. Spray paint. A can of spray paint that the label says yellow, and there's still some left inside. Bamboo charcoal. Black bamboo charcoal found in the shoe cabinet, probably for odor elimination. While it is dry, it'll take a while to get it to light. Oops. Wrong button. Anyway, we want to use the batteries on the boombox. I take out the battery and put it inside the compartment in the back. Thankfully, the battery types were the same, so it fits without any issues. Battery used. Alright, now how about now? I press the play button, but... What, you're kidding me? Useless piece of... I think about using the flashlight's batteries, but I realize that they won't fit. Perhaps there's not much battery left. Rubbing it or warming it up will put some charge back into it, but... Alright, well, let's try something else then, so... Use a hand warmer on it. Hold on, warming it up. I use the hand warmer. I have this. I opened the bag, crumpled it, and placed it on the battery compartment on the back of the boombox. I suppose it's logical, but it's not the best way to do that. Shut up! We just need to warm the thing up, right? Once the battery felt warm enough, I tried pressing the play button again. Then... An update on the missing children. According to the police, the victim of the kidnapping is a recording of the kidnapping girl's report. They referred to the victim as Child T. Age 13, long hair, was wearing a white one-piece, dressed on the day she went missing. She was last seen heading home from a ballet class practiced in Kasuji. The report mentions that it's been a month and the case is now a partial public investigation. From that point, the newscaster just rehashes information about the incident, and once the news moves on to the topic for the day, the recording shuts off. Rose ejects the tape and sighs. I see. That's the T label. The owner of the house seems quite intriguing. It's crazy no matter how you look at it. Why make a recording in the news about a kidnapping incident? Once again, ballet. It's coming up too much to be a coincidence. Obtain tape T. Okay. I think we're done with this room, I think. Let me double check. Oops. I've heard batteries can get life back if they get warmed up, but that's how you're supposed to get a clue on figuring out. What the? Suddenly the phone rings loudly, but I can't see it anywhere in the room. Intriguing. Let's answer it. Guess I'll look for it. Well, let's head into the living room. Here it is, the phone. There's a black phone on top of the storage shelf. I don't remember every detail of this room, but it definitely fell off. This phone wasn't here when we came through the living room earlier, right? What's going on? We're not in this house to answer that question, are we not? Someone or something wants us to answer the phone, so why don't we just take the call? Answer the call of destiny. Hello? Moshi Moshi. Dot dot dot. The phone suddenly goes dead. Exclamation point, question mark. A sudden wave of dizziness hits me and I violently hang up the phone. When it comes to my senses, I notice that my hand is covered in sweat. Damn, what the hell was that? Who was calling? Don't know, the person hung up immediately. I see, how boring. You look rather pale. Something the matter? It's nothing. My phone vibrates in my pocket. It's time already? It's me. Almost time for the patrol to show up. Let's wrap it up for the day. Alright, we'll leave immediately. Is it time? Yeah, let's head back out. We get out of the mansion without any major issues. We rejoin the one who was keeping watch and quickly share the info we gained in our search. I told you, aren't you glad we went inside? That T-tape in particular is quite a find. Combined with the ballet flyer has some grave implications. Why do you look like you're enjoying this? If that's what we found on day one, I started to think where this is going. Where this is going to end up, I mean. Quit your whining. Just a minute, it's been a worthwhile night. You even heard the rumored scream? Must be a spirit, probably the screaming author's doing. This spirit's all remain of Yakumo Moroku. Or is it someone else entirely? I can't wait to find out. It's only a matter of time before the cops show up. We better split up. We'll meet back at the Black Rabbit at the same time tomorrow night. Yeah, sounds good to me. Oh, that's right. Don't forget to buy batteries. I'll try anything once, but I'm not doing that again. Ugh, what a pain in the ass. We park in front of the Moroku residence and take our own separate paths to the station. As I walk by myself down the street, I think about what I heard on the T-tape. That might just be the crazy tip of the psycho iceberg of stuff hidden in the Moroku mansion. I catch my train, and by the time I get back to the Kusuji station, it's already past midnight. I better go home and get some rest. Weird. Hardly anyone ever uses that photo booth. Yeah, there's someone in there, so... It's going to operate a photo booth, the newest model even. Open the curtain and look inside. Yes. She's gone. Like a gosh darn jack-in-the-box. No one's behind the curtain. Could have sworn someone was there. Was I just seeing things? But, yeah. Well, anyway. Let's head on home. Is it D-Man again? A text. I open up the message. Date 8/12/23XX. From D-Man. Subject D-Mail 5. How are you? It's D-Man. I prepared your next riddle. Decipher it to receive your analysis record. Search the monster that raises the voice when woken. Dot dot dot. Alright, let's head back to the underpass. Back to the entrance here. So now we need to check the fire. Let's see, there it is, fire alarm. I open the fire alarm's maintenance door, find a card inside. Number 5, I believe. Obtain D card. I lower my gaze to the writing of the card. 5-1. The sound of a flute. A young girl appears. The scene of the room is of a ghost with white hair, a child doll, and a kimono. It said the tune Night of a Full Moon means she's shown herself. She lures people to play her game differently for each person, from finding items to courage tests, but each has a certain condition to be met for survival. 5-2. Met the conditions, survive. Otherwise, they most likely die. Having never spoken to any of the players, I can't confirm for sure. It is still only a rumor, but the reason why I haven't talked to them is that those who challenge her game end up dead, and I suspect that there's no way to escape her death game once you've met her. 5-3. Past urban legends like girls playing Kakuyako share many similarities with this one. While researching, I learned that it had been repeated every few years since the war ended. I must look further, and that's where you come in. It is fortunate that you are in this exact situation. You're the very person I need to talk to regarding this rumor. 5-4. Well, why is she called Kakuya, and why does she take a doll form? Why play games? What role does she play? Is she a guide to death, or the reverse, or neither? Is she connected to the fairy tale named Legends seen after in recent years? Find out and escape the game alive. If worse comes to worse, I'll gather the ashes for you. Why the hell is he hiding these cards? Too much effort to worry about. Might as well go home and sleep. I solved D-Man's riddle, so I head home feeling pretty satisfied with myself. Alright. 8-12. Snuck into Moroku's place, searched until cops came on patrol. Found frames to put objects in. Found cassette tape. Child T incident report. Little girl went missing on the way back from ballet lessons. Horse tail hair, often used for instruments. I'm tired. Well, I'm sorry. You're tired there, my friend. August 12th. Oban's coming up soon. Completely physical control. It always comes handy. A stack of CDs. No, that's the same. Ads and receipts. Okay. Alright, let me go. Let's enter the bathroom. Should take a shower. I opened the door and go inside. Sorry, I was distracted. I was just staring at something. Cleaning can wait. Want to take a shower? Well, I do, but I want to look around real quick. I guess it's got to be the same every time. Oh, okay, never mind. I'll just do it. Yep, take a shower. Wash, wash, wash all day long. Wash, wash, wash. I sing this song. What's that noise? Is it coming from next door? A movie or maybe a video game? Weird. Shit, that's loud. The noise won't stop. My temper's hanging by a thread. Would punching the wall work? Sure, let's do it. Punch it. Bam. It finally stopped. Maybe I'll water the plants. Sure, I guess. Yeah, okay. This'll work. That looks about the right amount. I water the plants. Alright, this should do it. I think that's it for everything, so. Better get some rest. I'm weirdly sleepy. Ah, Avon calling. Who could be calling me? It doesn't seem to want to stop ringing, so I reach for the phone. Hello? The other end of the line's silent. All I hear is breathing. Oh, what the hell? Hey, what do you think you're doing? Please don't look inside. Chills run down my spine and my body involuntarily jerks and slams the receiver down. That voice, it sounded familiar. Someone pranking me? Or probably trying to call again. Guess I'll just lie in bed and wait. I shut my eyes and wait. The room is quiet and it doesn't seem like anything is going to happen. I must be tired after all. My consciousness slowly fades. Luckily, I'm not bothered by another phone call. Alright, take a save spot there, so... Alright, continue on.